Alright folks, Alan Rubel coming back at you for Ozark Mountain Outdoor Adventures. I got a special treat here for you today. Just coming at you real quick with a few simple knots that'll help you with your hookup ratio come this summer when you're going out after those monster bass. So stay tuned with us. Alright folks, coming back at you here again today. Like I said, we just got a few quick knots here that will hopefully help you come this summer on your hookup ratio. I hope that it helps me in my performance. Definitely excited about this summer. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button to the YouTube channel because we got a lot of fun and adventures in store for you. But let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, here we go real quick. First off, we're going to start with the Polymer Knot. It is one of the more simple and strong knots that we can use. Typically you're going to be using this knot when you're tying onto a leader, in those kind of scenarios, or you could just use it as your main line. But it's a super simple knot, and the easier and simpler the better, because the more complicated knot you get, the more chances that you have to to screw it up. So just keeping it simple and keeping it easy here. Hopefully I can get it tied for you here looking through the camera. So basically this is 50-pound mono, just using it for, this is kind of what I use for my leaders, but using it so hopefully you can see it here on camera. So start off, you just double over your line like so, and then you just run it through the hook eyelet like that. Then you give yourself a little bit of room and just tie your regular clinch knot or overhand knot like so. You see that the eyelet is within side of the clinch knot, not above it, not below it, but it's inside of it. And you run your hook through the loop that you have created. Then you begin to cinch that down. Now, if you were actually going to be using this fishing, you would either wet the line with water or with spit, whatever the case may be, while you're cinching it down. Pull it over the top of the eyelet. Sorry. It's kind of hard to do on camera, but there you go. Just like that, and then you have a very strong knot at your leader. Be able to hook up on those big catfish. So that's our first one that we're going to go through and talk to today. Let's see what else here we have for you. Stay tuned. Alright, here we go. We're going to start out with the clinch knot. Now I think this is probably one of the more common knots. It's definitely one that I use most often, just depending on what line I'm using. Probably the only line that I wouldn't necessarily use it with would be braid, but the reason that most people just use your clinch knot or your fisherman's knot is because it is a very strong knot. It's easy to tie. It's generally what we show the kids with, learn with, and it's just really easy when you want to change bait to be able to tie a real quick, simple knot. So we're going to just get right into it. Again, this is 50-pound mono here, and isn't the easiest to tie with looking through the camera. So you just start with giving yourself a generous amount of line there. And some people will give it 5 twists or 7 twists. Main thing is giving yourself enough space to be able to draw your line back through down here by the eyelet. So let's give it some twists real quick. Sorry. Oop. Okay. And just run your tag line back through this loop you've created down by the eyelet. Start drawing it down. Now, if you were actually fishing, you would need to wet the line with either spit or water to help lubricate that. Cut off your tag line there. Give yourself a little bit left. That's probably over exaggerated there, but it should come up standing up like that. You can see your coils there very easily. And again, this is a super easy, super strong knot that you can show the kids, get started with, and will work for most of your fishing conditions. So that is the clinch knot. Alright, we're going to show you how to snell a hook. This is a super simple, easy way to attach your leader with a knotless leader line. So again, it's just very easy and difficult to mess up. So we're trying to keep it simple. Basically, all you have to do is just run your leader line through the eyelet like so. Go ahead and wrap that around about 5 or 7 times as tightly as possible. Run your leader line back through the eyelet. Whoops, sorry. Start to cinch that down. Look at that. That's how that looks. Just clip your tack line. Like so. And then you can go down to the other end, depending on the length that you want it. Tie a surgeon or double surgeon. You just basically wrap it just like that. That would be much smaller, but there you go, just like that. Clip your tag line again. And you are good to go. Alright, we're going to show you the uni knot. So, you just run your main line through the eyelet. Give yourself a decent tag line. Pinch this right here by the eyelet. Make a loop down here. Keeping these two lines close together. Depending on the size and type of line, you're going to do 6 to 10 wraps. I'm going to do 7 here real quick. Okay. You start pulling on your main line, and the knot is going to start to form. Don't cinch that all the way down just yet. This is where you would lubricate your line. I'm going to do that now. Then you would pull your main line. You see that knot starting to form. Once it gets there to the eyelet, you can cinch it down. Clip off your tag line, whatever length you'd like. I usually tend to leave just a little bit. And there you have it. That is the uni knot. Alright, we're just going to come at you here real quick with the improved clinch knot. So basically, just an improvement on our already fabulous, easy, strong knot. Run your tag line out. Depending on the size and type of line, you probably want to run about 6 to 10 wraps. So you hold your two lines together here at the eyelet. Go ahead and wrap around your main line. Then you take your tag line, run it through the loop that we've created. And once you do that, you can see we now have a larger loop. Here's where the improvement is. You'll run your tag up through that loop. I don't know if you can see that. Like so. Keep tension on your tag and start pulling down. Like so. Until that cinches together. Just like that. You can clip your tag line and you have an improved clinch knot. Alright, well here is a setup that has definitely changed my outlook the last few years as far as my catfishing setup, and it is the Santee Rig. So really, you know, there's probably a lot of different variations of how you can do this. I think that this has really changed the game for me, so this is basically how I've kind of settled upon it. But the main concept here is your size and brand of circle hook, allowing those catfish basically to hook themselves more or less, and needing a much less stronger hook set as they're primarily doing it themselves. So you get your favorite size brand of circle hook, and then you basically are working on a leader line here. Could be 12 to 18 inches depending on the bottom of the area you're fishing, but you're using this peg float here, so depending on the size of the bait you'll be using will determine what size of peg float that you need. But you're just putting it just up enough from the hook that when the fish come and bite it, they're not getting a hold of the float itself. So just enough to get it up, and the concept being here is rather than having that bait sink and get into the bottom sediment, this peg float is holding it up off of the bottom enough to put it in line of sight of those cruising cats there at the bottom. So basically I have, this is a 50-pound mono line here coming to a swivel, and then bead to protect the knot from 2-ounce flat slip sinker, and that's primarily your and then to my main line is 30-pound test. So that's primarily your Santee rig, and really this peg float getting the bait off of the bottom is really the main concept behind the Santee rig. Also, if you haven't been using these circle type of hooks, they definitely increase the hookups as once they get into the fish's mouth. They want to go into the corner of the mouth. So great hookups. Again, Santee rig with these peg floats, just an awesome way to improve your catfishing setup. Thanks again. Stay tuned with us. Alright folks, well there you have it. Again, was just some real simple, quick, easy how-to on some knots that I hope will help you improve your hookup ratio this summer as you're going after those monster bass and catfish. So again, we got a lot of fun in store for you. So again, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button to the YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.